Hi there, Flat Cap Chef here, and today I'm going to show you how to make your own home cured salmon. So much cheaper than if you buy cured salmon in a shop, and you can add your own flavours to it, which is great. It's really so easy to do as well. You need to allow yourself 48 hours, so do it 2 days before, 3 days before ideally, if you actually need to use it. I'm doing mine cured with beetroot because it gives it a lovely kind of beetrooty flavour, that lovely deep kind of red mauvey colour, which is nice. And I'm also going to use some gin. So I've got beetroot here, I'll show you how to do that in a second. I've got my 1 kilogram piece of salmon, which is about 12 pounds. I've got some rock salt, not sea salt, it needs to be rock salt or salt flakes or kosher salt. I've got some juniper berries, some black peppercorns, a few coriander seeds and some gin. I've got some cling film that you need to wrap things up, and a bowl. Wrap them a little bit, and I've got my blitzer, so I'm going to actually make like a marinade for the salmon. Now, quickly, I've got beetroot here. Beetroot is like turmeric in the sense that everything it touches it stains. So I'll put a bit of cling film on my board, and I'm actually going to put some of these throwaway, don't really like using them, but throwaway gloves, because otherwise it stains your fingers as well. So just going to pop those on, and then I'm going to peel the raw beetroot. Blowing it, it's easier. Peel the raw beetroot. If you don't have gloves, just make sure you wash your hands really quickly after you've done this. So I'm going to peel it. Where's my peeler? There it is. And I'm then going to chop them into little cubes. So as you can see, it immediately starts to come off. Just topped and tailed the raw beetroot. I've got, what's this, about 300 grams of, 300 grams of beetroot. And rather than do all this and then come back, I'm just going to put you on hold, and I'll be back when I've done this bit. Okay, so I've now chopped it, and it's into little sort of 1 centimetre cubes. And then you just take the cling film, even some of that's gone through, and put that in the bin. And my board a little bit of a rub down just to get rid of the little bits that were on there. Right, so now I've got to add to this. And I've got half a packet, so about 250 grams of, I suppose, rock salt. Right, because this is going to be used to dry out the fish, so curing the fish. Okay, don't use table salt, as I said. A handful of juniper berries, just a few here. If you don't have them, don't worry about it. Just adds a bit more flavour. A few peppercorns, about the same amount. A little bit of extra flavour. About the same with coriander seeds. There we go. Pop that in there. And then I want about 80 mils, so a measurer of, in this case, gin. There we go. That's 125, so I won't do the whole thing. There we go. Pop that in. Then I'm going to use my stick blender here to whiz it all up to create a paste. So here we go. I'll probably switch off in a second because it's too noisy for you, but here we go. As ever with stick blenders, what you need to do is, after a little while, just take the top off and give it a good old mix up. It's coming along. Shut, and away we go. Should be done. Yep, it's more like a liquid than a paste, frankly, the amount of gin I put in there, but Hey ho, that will just add to the flavour. A bit of a mix up again. There we go. Lovely colour. I'll just give that a quick final blitz. Go. It's important you don't use table salt, kind of refined salt in this dish, because if you do, then it will just be incredibly salty and you won't be able to eat it, which would be a real pity. Right, let's put that to one side for a second whilst I prep the next stage, which is my bowl. So I've got a bowl here. You can use anything, smaller ones, whatever, but you just need something where it's going to be reasonable, to fit your fish in, and you need 2 big pieces of cling film. So I need to go, come out. Where's that coming out? There we go. Right. So we need 1 piece that goes the lengthways and 1 piece that goes across. So here we go. Cling film always a bit awkward because it folds back in on itself, but it's kind of like that. There we go, drop that down so that it's into the corners. There we go. And then I want another big piece going across the top. A bigger piece. Do it long enough because you're going to seal the fish in. So you're going to make sure that you get enough to be able to wrap it up in the end. So there we go, and drop that down. So I've now got my receptacle. That means now I can pour in my delicious marinade. There we go. Swirl it around so it's even. So now we're in there like that. Now I'll put that to one side for a second. Get my fish. Should got here. Open it up. Now it's got to fit in my bowl, so I have to take my bowl and work out how much space I've got. So I've got, okay, oops, I didn't quite intend to do that, but let's not worry about it. Now I'm going to put this like this, because I've now spilt loads of it. I'm going to take that piece off because it won't fit. Oh. Need a sharp knife to do this. Put that to one side. Trim off this side flap here. See, it's like this. You want the chunky bit in the middle. You want an oblong. You can use these trimmings to make your own salmon, normal salmon dish. Okay, so I'll just save them for later. There we go. Now, open this up again, pick up my fish. I'm going to put it skin side up into marinade. Make sure its flesh side has all got marinade over it. There we go. So now it looks like that. Let's pick this up and show you. There you go. So I haven't actually covered the skin. And now, after I've just wet my hands, got a bit of the beetroot off there. I'm now going to wrap this up. I want to seal it inside. you go. Now, some of it will leak out, but don't worry about that, doesn't matter. There's plenty of it in there. Now I've got that in there. Let's just lift it up again so you can see. Now it's covered over because as you close the sides in, it squeezes over, but that's fine. And that's now going to go into a fridge for 48 hours. And then I'm going to take it out and have a look, and I'll show you. And then you will leave it for another 24 hours after that, ideally, but you can eat it. And it will be cured beautifully after that 48 hours. So that's how to create your smoked salmon. Smoked salmon, your cured salmon. We'll be back to show the finished article later. Okay, so this is now 3 days in, and I put it out on a nice little board. So basically you take it out of the cling film, just wash off under a cold tap all of the beetroot and spices, and then pat it dry with a piece of kitchen towel, and you've then got it ready to go. Now when you come to slice it, you'll find that actually it's got lines that run like this. So when you slice, you want to slice with that grain rather than against it. It just makes it easier. So I've got a very sharp knife, and I just take a thin sliver, and this will last for ages. And there we go, beautifully cured beetroot and gin flavoured salmon. So if you want to see more, just subscribe, just press the button, and then you just get an update when I post next time. It's free, and I'll be back with you soon.